Hi, my name is Lauren. Can you hear me?
Hold it closer.
I'm the buyer and designer of Corvus Noir, a reworked vintage and antique costume jewelry company based out of New York City. Everything we use is vintage, dating from the 1850s to the 1980s, and it's all handmade and one of a kind.
Hi, I'm Craig. I'm the graphic designer and marketer for Corvus Noir. And we feel really fortunate to be involved in a tight-knit community of vintage and new designers in New York City. So I made a short documentary film about them.
It has a decal of, I was going to say Madison Square Garden, Niagara Falls.
And my grandparents went on their honeymoon there, and my grandma, she got steak in her Marilyn Monroe, and they were making, I guess, the movie Niagara then. She said she was in the post office and everybody was taking pictures of her.
Oh my
So it was funny, so I kind of like it.
It was the fun of being able, to hunt for them, to find something that someone else had no value to them, and then you realized, wow, this is a good piece, and I've done that.
I mean, the frames usually were just chrome metal or silver, but this is gold filled, which would make it a lot more than just an ordinary frame.
Whoever had this before, their energy is still on it.
Yeah. A story to it?
So there's a story to it. There's a background. As opposed to making something new. And my energy's on it, and that's it.
Yeah, I like that, these people were born and they lived and they died and, they leave these images behind and, they leave little pieces of themselves behind and, something is lost and it can be celebrated in such a beautiful way to wear something,
We have three jewelry lines: Corvus Noir, Le Petit Corvus, and our typography collection. In the Corvus Noir collection, we always mix at least 3 or 4 vintage chains in each piece and vintage rosary beads of varying textures, length, and styles, so that each piece is truly unique and one of a kind. It's our higher end line. The necklace that Lisa has on is from the 1920s. It's a men's style pocket watch with a gold face and Art Deco style typography. We mixed it with a big gold chain and vintage rosary beads for a more feminine look to such a masculine piece. This is a chatelaine pencil from the early 1900s. It's all gold-filled with beautiful attention to detail and craftsmanship. It's hand engraved, and it's still working today, so you can put your own lead in it and use it for whatever you want. This is our 1950s triple pearl strand necklace. It used to be a choker, and we attached big chunky chains to it and elongated the length to make it more of a flapper girl style and have it a bit more edge. And it's also a perfect piece for layering, such as with this 1920s gold-filled penknife. It has the original initials of the previous person who owned it before, and it's really beautiful worn together to show both lengths. This rhinestone tassel necklace is also from the 1950s. We added gold chains to make it more modern, and it has a really beautiful tassel kind of waterfall style to it. I'm always on the lookout for rhinestone collars from the 50s of all different shapes and colors and styles because they're really beautiful and fun and really elegant piece. And here you have our 1970s cross necklace. The large cross is the main focal point of the piece, and I mixed it with tiny charms of all different colors and sizes and styles to make it really big, chunky, and a huge statement. Here we have our 1850s ambrotype necklace. It's one of the first forms of photography with the original frame and picture. The frame is made out of wood with velvet detailing and gold matting. And all these photographs have a kind of dark, eerie, romantic feel to them. And it's really interesting to look back and see how different styles of people were and the way they dressed and how different they are today. And they're highly collectible too, ambrotypes. This piece is one of my favorites. It's from the 1980s, and it's a bird of paradise pin that we turn into a pendant. We cut the back off and drilled a hole in it to make it into a necklace and to make it more modern and wearable. It has beautiful enamel detailing and rhinestones, and we're always on the lookout for all different kind of animals to turn into pendants.